What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to show you how to model a trash can. This is kind of just like a typical park trash can or like city trash can. It's a lot easier than you think. So yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to start with the general shape. So there's kind of like a cylinder in the middle. That's where like the bag goes. And then I think this I guess I'll do this because I'm going to end up posting this on TikTok too. So there's a general cylinder shape, and then we have this sort of top part that I think that just sits on top. I'm not sure if they're connected. Not that it matters, but and then we have a ring up top, and then we have like these slats, and then a ring on the bottom. So easiest way to do this is just start with a cylinder. We're gonna add a cylinder. We're gonna scale it to about the size of a trash can. That looks pretty good to me. We'll just shade it smooth. And then we're going to make this make it actually have depth to it. Wow. Nothing too crazy, just something simple like that. And then we're going to add that top ring. So we're going to go ahead and add another cylinder, bring it up, scale that down. We'll bring that down. Go ahead and X-ray here, and we'll scale it up just a little bit, nothing crazy. Like that. Grab top and bottom, we'll inset them. X-ray again here to make sure we get the right. Let's see. So something like that. Okay. We're going to go ahead and bridge those faces. That's going to create our hole. It's probably the easiest way to do it without using a Boolean. So now we have that. Could be a little bigger, but I'm just going to roll with this. Looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and add a bevel to this just to make it look better. I'm going to apply scale. That's going to fix that issue. Yeah, there we go. That looks a little bit better. And it only adds like 200 more triangles, which is not a big deal. Okay, so now we got that general shape. We're going to go ahead and make the slats real quick. So I just start with a plane, rotate it 90, bring it over here to the edge. Go ahead and scale that down. About there. I'm just going to scale it pretty close to the bottom. And then we'll go ahead and switch to edge. Bring it up close to the top. About like that. I'm not going to copy this picture exactly, but, and then we'll go ahead. I'm just going to extrude this kind of at like a 45, or what I feel is a 45, just once, and then we can just go ahead and just bevel this edge here, and then that kind of gives you the perfect shape. So we'll go ahead and smooth this. I'm going to go ahead and extrude along normals. Something like that. I'm going to apply scale and then add a bevel to that. Bring that down just a little bit. I just want a little bit of smoothness to it. Okay, go ahead and apply that. We'll bring the whole thing closer, just so it's kind of just in like that top part. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and mirror this along our X. Now we have that, and then I'm just going to duplicate it. I guess we'll rotate. We'll start small. We'll do 15. So we'll just keep rotating it at 15. Probably a way easier way to do this, but this way works for me. So I don't mind doing a little bit of extra work. Actually, I just thought about kind of an easier way to do this. Okay, just making sure that that was by itself. So if we just do that, 90, then we can grab these. We can go ahead and join them. And then we can rotate them at 15 at that point. That's going to make this process a lot faster. There you go. And that worked out pretty perfect. And we'll grab all these, make sure it's all good. Now the topology is not too bad, but I typically just select them all. I go up here to mesh, clean up, and then I just do limited dissolve. That typically cuts off a little bit. It's just going to simplify the geometry a little bit and kind of get rid of the things that aren't being used. So now, we'll go ahead and grab these, go ahead and join them. Now they're all one, perfect. And then if we want to drop this number, because right now it's at 2000, I'll just go to mesh, clean up, decimate geometry, and then I'll bring that down a little bit. That way it still has the general shape, but it kind of drops our number down quite a bit. So I'll see if we can get to about 1000 with it not looking too bad. Now I don't really know as far as optimization what the best like for like Roblox optimization. I don't know what's best, what number you're looking for per model ideally. Because I don't make like full games. But yeah, see, so we dropped it down to 900, 990, and that looks pretty good. I don't really like what it's doing here, but I don't think anybody's gonna really notice that. So we're gonna roll with it. Okay. So now we have 3 separate pieces here. We'll wait to join them at the end though. So now there's a couple ways to do this. You could add a torus, and then you could scale it to however, but that's kind of confusing because once you move this, the menu goes away. So the easiest way to do this is just add a circle, bring it up, scale it to about what you think you need. And we'll just go over here. I forgot we have to convert this to a curve, and then we can just add depth to it. Yeah. So then that'll create this part just like that. Easy as that. And then once we get the depth right, we'll just go ahead and convert this back to a mesh. Smooth it out, and there you go. And then I'll do that same process. Go ahead and make sure I merge vertices just in case. Mesh, clean up, limited dissolve. It's gonna get rid of a few, but it's still 700. So we'll go ahead and decimate it just a little bit. I'm kind of doing this for my own learning as well. Like, I also want to learn how to optimize. Yeah, I see it kind of, unless you smooth it really like a lot, then it kind of looks better. So yeah, we'll roll with that. It dropped the number quite a bit, so I'm fine with it. Now we'll go ahead and add another cylinder, scale it up just enough to cover them. And then we'll just go ahead and put this on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I just cover everything just a little bit. I'll shade this smooth. I'm going to bring it up just a little more. And then apply my scale and go ahead and bevel it real quick. Bring that number down. I'll bring that down as well. There we go. Now, to make it easier for when you get into Studio, just go ahead and combine all the parts that you think are gonna go well together. So pretty much all of these. So this whole section here minus this middle cylinder, I think these all kind of go together. Yeah, so there you go. That's sort of how you make a trash can. Then you can just fill that with trash and you have a pretty optimized model, I would say. This whole thing's only 2,300. So yeah, there you have it. That's like the pretty easy way to make a trash can. I'm sure other people have easier ways, but this is what works for me. And yeah, so all right. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.